Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Twilight. So I've never actually sat down to watch the first one in its entirety like I am doing here. I've seen bits and pieces, and especially with the first one of this franchise, I know quite a bit about it. I've seen bits and bobs here and there. For the rest of the series though, it's pretty much completely blind, apart from I know about the creepy CGI baby. Of course I know it's vampires and werewolves, and there's the whole Team Edward or Team Jacob. I'm Team Edward, how can you not fall in love with this? So these will be coming out every Monday for the next 5 weeks, and if you're interested, on Patreon they'll be 1 week early. There will also be polls so you can vote for what's next, and there'll be a full-length version where you can watch along with me. If you just sync up your own footage, I'm watching the Netflix version. So yeah, let's just jump right in.
I'd never given much thought to how I would die.
Real woman to start.
But dying in the place of someone I love seems like a good way to go.
Okay, so that sounds like it's setting up for her to do like self-sacrifice, but obviously I know there's like 5 of these.
I would miss Phoenix. I'd miss the heat.
You know, the movie is so like green and blue in the color scheme, right? It doesn't really sell the heat of Phoenix here, does it? Okay, in these shots it does a bit better, yeah. But as soon as you get into the cold, it's much more green and blue.
Sales lady picked out the bed stuff. You like purple, right?
Purple's cool. Thanks.
It's just so awkward, he doesn't know what to say.
Bella, you remember Billy Black?
Yeah.
And there's Jacob.
We used to make mud pies when we were little.
Oh, okay, so they were like childhood friends.
Your homecoming present.
This?
Just bought it off Billy here.
Oh my gosh! This is perfect. Are you joking?
She actually likes it. I was kind of worried she'd think it was a piece of junk or something.
Oh, I go to school on preservation.
Oh, right. That's too bad. It would have been nice to know one person.
Yeah, difficult going to a completely new place. But is she going to be bullied, made fun of because of this truck though? It definitely stands out.
Anything you need? Tour guide, lunch date, shoulder cry on?
I'm really kind of the more suffer in silence type.
Oh, so edgy.
She's got a great spike, huh? I'm Jessica, by the way.
Oh, okay. Anna Kendrick.
Aren't people from Arizona supposed to be, like, really tan?
She's just like so pale. I mean, like everyone is. It's like the color grading, isn't it?
Hey, Mikey, you met my homegirl Bella.
Oh, you're homegirl.
Yeah.
So she, you know, there are people accepting her.
It's like first grade all over again. You're the shiny new toy. Smile.
So much is happening right at the start here. It's real disorientating, but that's on purpose to kind of mirror Bella, right?
Says. There's no way, he's so skinny. Doesn't make sense.
Totally.
And here they are, these are all the vampires, right? They somehow make them even more pale than the rest of the characters.
Dr. and Mrs. Collins foster kids? Like, together.
Yeah, it's a bit weird from the outside. They're adopted, but it's still a bit incestuous, right?
They're like a thing. I'm not even sure that's legal.
Yeah.
Who's he?
And here he is.
Totally gorgeous.
Obviously. But apparently nobody here is good enough for him.
Could he hear that? He had like a little bit of a smirk there. I'm guessing they have like superhuman hearing because they're vampires. The prolonged glare. What a reaction. He's like trying to hide his emotion.
Alright guys, today we are going to be observing...
And they're sat next to each other as well. Does she think she smells or something? No, that's just creepy. The constant staring throughout the whole lesson. He hasn't like looked away. Yeah, I feel like that's him, like, he wants to eat her, right? So he was just trying to hold that back the whole lesson. Oh, he's trying to change class.
Just have to endure it.
And she thinks she did something wrong, of course.
Let the girl eat her garden burger, Waylon. As soon as you're done, I will bring you your favorite. Berry cobbler, remember?
Gardenberger, is she vegetarian? She becomes a vampire at some point as well, right? Is that something she has to contend with, her being a vegetarian and then becoming a vampire, having to eat human flesh and human blood? And she's kind of ignoring this group of people that could be her friends if she actually opened up to them.
And the next day, another no-show. Things were getting a little strange.
And the rest of the Cullens, they know it's because of her, probably.
I was wondering, did you have a date to...
What's up, Arizona, huh? How you liking the rain, girl? Better get used to it, girl.
Yeah, everyone's after her.
I'm Edward Cullen. You're Bella?
Yes.
Onion root tip cells. That's what's on your slice right now.
Yeah, he's just constantly staring at her.
I was out of town for a couple of days. Personal reasons.
Prophase.
Do you mind if I look?
It's so funny how back in the day everyone found him like so attractive, but he's really awkward. People interpret it as like dark and mysterious and brooding. Yeah, these like golden eyes. I don't know how that doesn't stand out. That's not like a natural eye color, is it? All of the facial expressions are so weird. She's just like sitting there like licking her lips, biting her teeth at him, biting her lip at him.
Your eyes were black the last time I saw you, and they're like golden brown.
Yeah, I know. It's the fluorescence.
Just trying to explain it away. Did he just like forget to put contacts in today or something? You could definitely like recut this as like a horror trailer, him like stalking her, couldn't you? I feel like that might be something that's been done. The slow-mo shot there as well.
I'm so sorry, I panicked.
What's with this music? I don't know, it doesn't feel like it fits really. But he's not, he's got the golden eyes as well, so he's not hiding it.
Sorry, Bella. I tried to stop.
It didn't seem like it was really his fault. It was the other guy pulling out.
I heard the chief's daughter was here.
Oh, Dr. Cohen.
Oh yeah, this is like the dad. He's just kind of the de facto dad because of his age when he was transformed into a vampire, right? The others, they're stuck as teenagers, so they kind of have to go to school, otherwise they can't explain it away. But it's still weird them being so old and going to a school, you know? Especially with Edward falling in love with like a teenager.
What was I supposed to do? Let her die.
This isn't just about you.
Oh yeah, he's in trouble with them.
You were next to your car, across the lot.
No, I wasn't.
Just trying to gaslight her. Best way to explain it, I guess.
You pushed it away with your hand.
Well, nobody's gonna believe you. So you're not gonna let this go, are you?
No.
Well, then I hope you enjoy disappointment.
There was some, I don't know if it was purposeful, but there was some cool like blocking there. The way they were standing in the corner, there's like the line on the corner of the wall separating the two of them. And then at one point she like crossed over that line, and then at the end of the conversation, the line was back between them again, kind of splitting them apart. That was cool. Maybe I'm just reading too far into it, but maybe the curtains are just blue.
No, I wanted to ask you, you know, if you know, it's like a month away, but
she's not even paying attention.
Prom. Dancing.
She's not a prom girl.
I have something that weekend anyway.
I mean, that's a good way to let him down instead of just saying no, saying that she's not going there anyway.
What's in Jacksonville?
How did you know about that?
You didn't answer my question.
Why is he worried about her going to Jacksonville? Is that like a hot spot for other vampires or something?
I had an adrenaline rush.
He's had a bit of time to think of an excuse.
I'm sorry I'm being rude all the time. I just think it's the best way.
Bella, guess it
He wants there to be like a distance between them, probably.
Phil sounds like an alright guy.
Yeah, he is.
It's just so awkward. Never know what to say, how to actually have a conversation.
Edible art? Ella?
And that's what's always used on the cover of the books, that apple in the hands.
Which beach?
The push.
I don't know.
I'll go to the beach because he can't be out in the sun. I guess and that's why they live here in this really gloomy, rainy place, right?
So I keep thinking that Eric's gonna ask me to the prom. And then he just doesn't.
You should ask him.
Yeah, she doesn't need to wait for him to ask.
She invited Edward.
To be polite, that's it.
I think it's nice she invited him. Nobody ever does.
Yeah, because Cohen's a freak.
You got that right.
These guys are all werewolves, right? Do they know about him being a vampire?
Well, they're supposedly descended from this, like, enemy clan.
Oh yeah, look at them. This is them in the old-timey clothes.
So, we made a treaty with them. If they promise to stay off Quiyu lands,
So they have a pact to stay off the land.
Hello?
I do wonder with like audiences back in the day, did they go into this? They must have gone into this knowing it was vampires and stuff, right? Because they are trying to build up the mystery a bit. But I feel like everyone already knew. The motion blur and everything to make it seem strong and fast.
let's not play with our food.
Yeah, because these guys aren't the Cullens. The Cullens, they're all like pacifists, right? Oh, the sun's out today. Yeah, she looks much more human in her skin tone here.
Whenever the weather's nice, the Cullens disappear.
Yeah, of course.
Dr. and Mrs. Cullen yank them out for like hiking and camping and stuff. I tried that out on my parents.
Oh, okay. They play it off as they're going off, going out camping or whatever. And she actually asked him, okay.
I thought they were all pretty good.
You're not really into this, are you?
She's not like other girls. She's not she's not a girly girl when she dresses and everything.
Saw you in the dress shop. Hey!
Oh, it's these guys from before. Okay, so of course he's gonna come in and save her, right?
Don't touch me.
I mean, she's standing up for herself. She hitting the guys.
Get in the car. That was a very dangerous maneuver.
Does he have some kind of psychic, like, beam, thing that he can do? Or was that just, like, him intimidating them? Because I know with some vampires, they have, like, mind manipulation powers a bit, right?
I should go back there and rip those guys' heads off.
No, you shouldn't.
You don't know the vile, repulsive things they're thinking.
He can read their minds? Okay, so he does have some mind powers.
All right. One mushroom ravioli. So, are you sure there isn't anything I can get for you?
Oh yeah, he's not getting anything at all. Does, like, human food make him sick?
No, I'm on a special diet.
You gotta give me some answers.
Yes, no. To get to the other side.
See, he is actually quite funny and charming, especially then when he was talking to her friends a bit as well. Like, when he opens up a bit more.
I can read every mind in this room, apart from yours.
She's the only one he can't read because she's difficult to read. That's why he's intrigued by her as well.
Is there something wrong with me?
See, I tell you I can read minds, and you think there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. She just accepts everything. Accepts that there's paranormal stuff happening. What was that?
Your hand is so cold.
Oh, because his hand is cold. But he's just like always cold, right?
Carla, what's going on?
And he calls him Carlisle, he doesn't call him by his actual name.
You should go inside. Waylon was your father's friend.
Yeah, her dad needs a bit of support. I want to see more of the Cullens interacting and some of Bella's friends interacting, like what they think of everything happening with her. It seems like we're mostly focusing on her perspective. She's been in all of the scenes so far from memory. surprised it took her this long to piece it all together.
And sometimes you speak like you're from a different time. You never eat or drink anything.
Has he spoken like he's from a different time before? I don't think I caught any of that.
How long have you been 17?
A while.
This camera movement.
Out loud. Say it.
God, there is just so much angst.
Vampire.
You need to see what I look like in the sunlight.
Oh, here it is.
This is what I am.
It's one thing they changed from like the actual lore, I guess, where usually they just like disintegrate.
Beautiful. This is the skin of a killer, Bill.
I feel like Edward sometimes when the light's shining really overexposes my face.
Everything about me invites you in. My voice, my face, even my smell.
To get close so then you can eat, yeah.
I've never wanted a human's blood so much in my life. My family, we're different from others of our kind. We only hunt animals.
Yeah, so it's just animals. He can't control it when he's around her.
Like my own personal brand of heroin. So the lion fell in love with the lamb.
What a stupid lamb.
I can definitely see why all of the people reading the books, all the people that age, would think this is so romantic, especially with like how he says he's like, addicted to her and stuff as well.
Oh my god.
Is that sound used elsewhere? I feel like I've heard that before. That specific "oh my god" is that like a TikTok sound or something?
Dying of Spanish influenza.
So he like helps others out.
But what Carlisle did was much harder. Not many of us have the restraint to do that.
Oh yeah, once you've taken a bite, you want the full meal.
A sort of frenzy begins.
They have to have loads of self-control, yeah.
We think of ourselves as vegetarians. Because we only survive on the blood of animals. It's like a human only living on tofu.
If they don't eat like human flesh, are they like a bit weaker than the rest? So if there's like a fight, it's not going to be as even. The others will be stronger than them.
Visions are subjective. I mean, the future can always change.
So they each have different powers. He can read minds, Alice can read the future. Okay. That was real cheesy. Like the speed trail behind him.
So you're worried, not because you'll be in a house full of vampires, but because you think they want to prove you.
His accent went a bit weird there. I don't know if that was his English poking through a bit. Oh yeah, and of course he technically not supposed to be there because it's breaking the treaties on their land. How did this guy get put in a wheelchair as well? Was it something to do with the vampires? Something to do with this conflict?
Keep the kids out of the woods.
Will do. Don't want no one else getting hurt, do we?
Yeah, that seemed a bit ominous. He obviously knows. Yeah, that's a lovely house right out in the woods. The effects are very cheesy. They haven't aged that well, have they?
This is incredible.
I mean, they've got thousands of years of money to save, right?
It's the one place we don't have to hide. I told them not to do this.
Oh, they're actually cooking for her. Or at least trying. Hope they're not cooking with garlic.
Giving us an excuse to use the kitchen for the first time.
Yeah, it's just wasted on them.
She already ate.
Because I know that you guys don't eat, so of course.
It's very considerate of you.
Yeah, she was just trying to be considered.
The entire family will be implicated if this ends badly.
Yeah, there's a lot of repercussions for it. She has to be careful about the others being able to control themselves around her.
Jasper's our newest vegetarian. It's a little difficult for him.
Oh yeah, he's the newest, so it's harder for him.
Well, I'll see you soon.
Okay.
It seems like Alice has always tried to be a bit nice to her, even before.
I'm repeating high school over and over.
True, but the younger we start out in a new place, the longer we can stay there.
You know, he's 17, he could get away with saying he was 19, right? And just having a regular job instead of having to go to school.
Yeah, this is my room.
Yeah, I love the views. It's a great room. He doesn't even have a bed. He's got like collections of things from so long ago.
Debussy.
Claire de Lune. Got it right this time from watching Everything Everywhere All at Once a few days ago.
Do you trust me?
In theory.
Yeah, that has not aged well at all, has it? You can see like the wire work, that's what it is. But it's still like a cool moment. That's a cool shot. Yeah, that's quite a really good moment, quite magical. I feel like I recognise the song a little bit as well. That looked like they were like purposefully leading them somewhere.
Did you find anything down by Queets River today?
Yeah, the whole community's worried. They need to know.
A bare human footprint. But it looks like whoever that is headed east, so Kitsap County Sheriff's gonna take over from here.
Oh, well, they're leading them away so they don't get worried anymore. Make the people think that they're leaving.
How's all the baseball stuff going?
Oh, Phil's working so hard. You know, spring training.
Does the baseball incorporate in later or something? Because I know there's the scene where they do like the superpowered baseball, right? But does that incorporate into the stepdad in any way?
The window?
Do you do that a lot?
Just the past couple of months.
Yeah, he's been properly stalking her.
I like watching you sleep. It's,
Yeah, that's creepy.
Stop it!
No. Yeah, he needs to control himself. And he can't sleep, so he's just gonna have to sit there and wait.
I thought you liked the Cullens.
I thought you didn't like any of the boys in town.
Does he know something about the Cullens? He seems against it, but it might just be he's with it in concept, but as soon as she gets an actual boyfriend, he realizes, oh, this is actually real. This is actually happening.
We need an umpire.
She thinks we cheat.
Well, I know you cheat.
Yeah, what the rest of their powers as well? Can any of them cheat by using their mind powers?
Okay, now I see why you need the thunder.
This is very 2008, isn't it? They get to exercise, stretch their muscles a bit. You know, I was expecting there to be more licensed music than this. This is just like one of the first ones, right? Oh, these other three have shown up. Okay, Bella's here. Are they gonna sense her? That looked like they were floating. they were on segways or something. I don't know. Oh, so edgy, coming out of the smoke.
We didn't realize the territory had been claimed.
Yes, well, we maintain a permanent residence.
It puts a target on their back, I guess, them hunting here.
We were just passing through.
And this guy's eyes are red.
Oh, well, I think we can handle that.
Oh!
We shall see.
Yeah, this guy, James, he definitely noticed something with Bella.
The girl is with us. I think it best if you leave.
I can see the game is over. We'll go now.
Okay, so Laurent, he's keeping things diplomatic, but James is a bit of a wild card. Although Victoria, she also made the comment about being a curveball. So there is something funny about the poses, though, the way they're crouching down like that, kind of animalistic, but it is funny.
What is his obsession? I read his mind. My reaction to...
Oh, he read James's mind, okay.
We have to kill him. Rip them apart and burn the pieces.
Yeah, is killing them, is it like still the same as in mythology, like a stake through the heart and stuff like that, silver bullet? Is it all the same kind of thing?
But my dad is there. Doesn't matter. Yes, it does. He can get killed because of...
Oh, if he hunts the scent back to the dad.
But I can change that. We can
We can do more stuff together.
He is trying to be a good dad. It's just a bit awkward between the two of them, isn't it?
Like watch baseball on the flat screen? Eat at the diner every night, steak and cobbler?
Yeah, he does need to do more things that she enjoys, I guess. There must have been a way to do that without it hurting him as much, I don't know. But I guess you don't want him following or something like that.
Why don't you let me drive?
He's got better reaction speeds, I guess, probably a better driver.
Alice is in the car behind us.
Yeah, and I've got the whole crew here helping her out. Okay, that's good. And she's missing out with all of her friends. This is the life she could have had, you know?
But he's got unparalleled senses, absolutely lethal. I've never seen anything like him in my 300 years.
Got to hype up the villains a bit.
Did you put these on so the tracker will pick up?
Oh yeah, distract him.
What is it? What do you see?
Oh yeah, she can see the future. He's realised that he's being misled.
She's used to course people that are on while they're on it. If they change their minds, the vision changes.
Yeah, so it's not set in stone if she sees it. Okay.
I'll explain everything later. Mom, are you there?
Forks High School doesn't protect its students' privacy very well.
Oh, he went after the mum. So now he can lead her in to protect the mum.
Don't touch her! Don't!
You can still save her.
Is it at the ballet studio? In the background there's a photo of her as a kid at the ballet studio or something.
And I'll know if you bring anyone along.
Oh, and she can't bring help. But Alice does know where it is, that if she realises she's gone missing, she knows where she'll be going.
I'd never given much thought to how I would die.
So it's in the place of her mum, she thinks. But she's saying that they're not after, not like as she's dying, but she thinks she's going to die here. I don't think that's going to be of much use. Quick annoyance for him, probably. So she just fully thinks she's coming here to trade places with her mum. Oh, it's a room full of mirrors. They're not going to be able to see their own reflections in the mirrors. Oh, it was a video. I thought maybe Victoria had a power to like play memories or something, show people memories. Oh, he does have a reflection. Okay. That's not how that works.
His rage will make for more interesting sport than his feeble.
He's all about playing the game, right? Making things fun and interesting. Yeah, it did basically nothing to him.
Too bad he didn't have the strength to turn you. Instead, he kept you this fragile little human.
Is that going to be what happens? Because I know she does turn into a vampire eventually, right? So he has to turn her to save her. But of course, there's the problem of him trying to control himself over her as well. And the blood's there, you can smell the blood.
You're alone, because you're faster than the others.
But the others are on their way.
I'm strong enough to kill you.
Yeah, like what are the techniques? Obviously anything that he's weak against, they'll also be weak against, so like garlic, a stake through the heart. But it sounded like they're just gonna like go bare hands, rip him apart. And she's getting more and more blooded up. Oh, she's already struggling. That was cool, the breaking through the floorboards. It is a cool finale. It's good setting as well, real dramatic. The way the light, the god beams are coming in. Where is Victoria as well? This is just James. She's still unaccounted for. They're not gonna try and keep him alive, are they? Or just stop him before he goes full in rage mode.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's just so tempting for all of them.
Your brothers will take care of him.
I got him! Start the fire!
Why does it have to be Edward to convert her though? Carlisle, he seems to be the one with the most self-control. Oh wow, yeah. And just burn him alive.
Gonna make you go away, Bill.
Finally gonna get a taste of her blood, but can he control himself?
Edward, stop. Her blood is clean. You're killing her.
Yeah, he's going too far. He's addicted.
Oh, honey, you are gonna love Jacksonville. It's sunny every day. And we found the cutest little house, and you've got your own bathroom.
I still want to live in Forks.
Yeah, she actually wants to go back.
Do you mind getting Dad?
She needs to apologize.
And the woman, Victoria, she ran off.
I'm alive because of you.
No.
Is Victoria going to be something that comes up later then in the sequel? Oh, I was wondering why he was dressed up so nice. His prom.
Cass is...
Perfect.
She's no good at dancing anyway, so it won't affect her that much.
Uh-huh. I've heard that before.
Yeah, obviously the dad doesn't trust him much because of what happened. So there hasn't been a lot of the Team Jacob, Team Edward side of things here. We've only seen Jacob a few times. I'm guessing in the sequels, that's when it's like more of a thing.
Bella.
Jacob.
Maybe just when I said that, we actually get something here.
He wants you to break up with your boyfriend. It's just, he said, quote, we'll be watching you.
This is like set up for the later ones.
Take her, man.
Yeah, look at that, the glare. Yeah, I was wondering, what's he gonna think? Because he asked her and she said she wasn't coming. Of course, it's gotta end at prom. I'm guessing some of the later ones won't be as school focused because they're gonna be graduating soon, right? They're like 17.
Edward, why did you save me? You just let the venom spread. I could be like you right now.
Yeah, so she could have been a vampire, but he didn't want that to happen.
You don't want this.
I want you.
Yeah, he sees it as a curse. But if she converts, then they can spend like eternity together, you know?
Alice said that she saw me like you. I heard her.
Her visions change.
Yeah, they change on people's decisions.
And you're ready right now.
Maybe not right now in the middle of prom.
Is it not enough just to have a long and happy life with me?
Who is this? Is that Victoria? Yeah, so they're setting up a few things for the sequels, aren't they? We're going black and white there? Okay. That shot with his eyes could have just been right out of the Batman, couldn't it? Okay, so that was Twilight. You know, there's definitely some things here that are a bit cheesy that haven't exactly aged well, but it's still a really fun, it's still like an enjoyable experience. And of course, I'm obviously not the target demographic here. I'm not a teenage girl from 2008, and I think it's easy for someone like me to just constantly shit on it, but there is some really good stuff in here. So there's definitely some things they've left open for a sequel. You know, there's the whole plot point with Jacob. We never actually learn that he's actually a werewolf, but is very, very heavily implied, and it does make me wonder, is it just vampires and werewolves, or are there like even more magical beings? Are there elves? Are there like pixies? Like what else is there? Or is it just those two? And then of course we had Victoria. That's still like an open end, so what's going to happen with her? Is she going to go and get reinforcements? She might want revenge for what happened with James. I did think the whole thing with James, it did feel like it kind of came out of nowhere, obviously before we'd seen some of the attacks, but it feels like it just kind of jumped right into the third act as soon as they showed up at the baseball game. It would have been cool to have a bit more build up towards the ending, I think. And then there's also set up for the sequel with Alice's vision, because she said she'd seen the vision of Bella being a vampire, which was something I already knew anyway, but that's like another thing leading up to the sequels. But I do wonder where the story goes into the future, because it does always feel like with teen book movies, it always kind of leads up to a war. It's like Harry Potter led up to this big war, this grand finale, Hunger Games as well. So is this leading to a war between vampire factions like pacifist vampires and more aggressive vampires, or a war between the werewolves and the vampires? I'm wondering like where that goes and how the story will like progress to that point, because it's quite contained and small scale at the moment, so it'll be interesting to explore the world a bit more later on. And one thing I hope with the sequels is we focus on more of the side characters, because it feels like most of the time Bella is the primary focus, which makes sense for the introductory story, but it'd be interesting to have more scenes where it's just like some of the side characters interacting. Like I really wish we'd see more of Bella's like friend group and see how they react, like see them talking like, oh, what's going on with her and Edward. You know, we saw a bit of that with Anna Kendrick's character. They like fangirled a little bit when they realized they were going on a date, but it would have been cool to have them have like a proper conversation about it, I guess. And then the same with like the Cullens, their family. I think they were a bit better in that sense as side characters. We got a bit more characterization for them and we learned some of their powers, which were really cool. But it would have been cool to see those interact independently outside of everything that's happening with Bella as well. And I do think having each vampire have like different powers is really cool, and it opens the door for some cool possibilities. So Edward, he can like read minds, Alice can see into the future. That's really powerful actually as well. Probably be important for like big events coming up, I imagine. And then what else can they do? Can they mind wash people? There's lots of possibilities. It all seems like the bonus powers are things that they do with their minds. Do any of them have like telekinesis? That would be really powerful as well, I guess. They all just kind of have the base physically strong, then a few of them have like an extra power on top of that. Yeah, so some stuff here obviously hasn't aged very well. This is very 2008. There wasn't actually as much licensed music as I was expecting. I thought that's usually something that really ages a movie, is like when they have licensed music from that year. They had a little bit like with the baseball and at the end, but there wasn't as much as I was expecting. And then like some of the special effects with like the wire work, it definitely hasn't aged that well. Like when you see the character just suddenly zooming about, it doesn't look great. It serves its purpose and it was probably okay back in the day, but like it has aged quite badly, I guess. But I am still like interested in the story. I'm interested to see where it goes. I mean, obviously for this first one, the romance was like the main point. It was the main attractor here. It's what brought in all of the audience. Further on, we know there's going to be like this love triangle, so everything that's going to happen with Jacob, you know, but you know, there's like 5 of these movies, so they can't have 5 movies just focusing on this love triangle. There has to be something more there, right? And I think that's probably what would be more interesting to me. And I do wonder with this as well, we're seeing with the werewolves, they're all like Native American, and I do wonder what Native American people think of that. Is it like good representation, or is it just like a bit stereotypical? Like what people's interpretation of that would be. That'd be interesting to see. That'd be interesting to see what their response to this was. And then of course they kind of changed up a few things with like the mythology, like the mirrors, we saw reflections of them, and they didn't really reference much to do with like garlics and stake through the heart and silver bullets. Silver bullets is more like werewolves, but they didn't really reference any of that. So it'd be interesting to explore that more. Like, are those just rumors that came about, or are they actual effective methods of killing these people? And it was cool seeing, you know, how old they are. We got like a flashback to them in like Victorian times or whatever, and then in like Edward's room, he's got loads of music on vinyl that he's probably collected throughout the millennia that he's been alive. You know, the small details are always fun, like how he doesn't have a bed in his room and the little things like that, and like why they live in this town. They live in this town where it's not a very sunny town, because then they won't be exposed as much. The small details like that are always fun to catch up on and to notice. Okay, so I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment, or even subscribing, because next week will be New Moon, so be sure to come back for that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.